So guys, welcome back to our channel and welcome back for another toy unboxing. Let's go! Okay guys, so we are back with our toy unboxing here, and on this video we will be opening the Kotobukiya Marvel NOW ARTFX Plus Spider-Man figure. And this figure was the first one to be released on the series. And I don't know, or I don't remember when was the time I opened this one. So I already opened this one to take a picture during the time when Sony announced that they will be leaving MCU. I think that was around 2019, and I posted a picture on my Instagram account. I just don't know when was that exactly, but it was around 2019. So gladly we are back here. So we are here waiting for the Spider-Man No Way Home release. That's why we are opening this one. And come on, let's move on to the next camera and let's crack this open. Let's go. Okay guys, so let's start with the box here. So the box here, it says The Amazing Spider-Man Marvel NOW. And on the sides here you have the Spider-Man name, and on front you will see the actual figure itself, the picture of the figure, and at the back has the silhouette or has the comics design. And of course at the bottom you will still see the Marvel NOW logo, ARTFX statue, 1/10 scale pre-painted model kit here, ARTFX Plus logo, and the Kotobukiya logo here. And of course on the sides you will see the full logo or the icon of the Spider-Man here. On top you will see this 10th scale figure, snap fit, Marvel NOW logo, and at the bottom you will see also the Kotobukiya logo. And to the other side you will see the silhouette, the illustration of the Spider-Man figure, and of course the Marvel NOW logo on top, and up to the bottom as well for the Kotobukiya logo. And of course at the back you will see the full figure or the full illustration of the Spider-Man figure. Okay, so at the bottom you will see some profile pictures of the figure itself. So we have here the face, the back of the sides, and as well as to the back of this figure. Okay, so you have here at the on top Marvel NOW, and at the bottom you will see some information about this figure from Kotobukiya. Okay, so as I've said earlier, I opened this a year ago or around 2019, and that's why it's already open here. So let's just open it again. Actually, I just took a picture for that certain moment when the Sony released a news about they are leaving MCU, but we are happy to say that they are still in MCU, and there you go. Okay, so the figure is 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, it's only 4 parts, including the support for the foot. Okay, so at the back you will see the base or the metallic base of the Spider-Man. So let's open this one. Let's go. Okay, so let's start with, okay, it's actually opened already here, or it's already outside. So I must have forgotten to return this figure onto the plastic here. Okay, so there you go. So this is the lower body. As you can see, the position here is a typical Spider-Man position. Of course, it's crouching, and you will see here a peg for the body to be inserted later by the time we will be assembling it. So you can see here some stripes. Of course, it's the usual or the typical design of the stripes here. It's black, okay, as well as to the other side. So it's like a boot or boots of the Spider-Man costume. Of course, at the bottom you will see the magnetic or the magnets here for our base to support this figure. And okay, so overall it has the blue colored design for the typical Spider-Man costume here, and there you go. This is pretty much solid, as I say, basing onto what I can see here in front of this figure. Okay, so moving on to the next one. Let's just put this one aside. Let's move on first to the head. Okay, the head here is actually, I think, a little bit longer, or should I say a little bit taller than the Spider-Man Miles Morales, as well as to the Spider-Man 2099. Okay, the stripes here are black, unlike to the Spider-Man Miles Morales that it has this highlights or highlight of red as for the lining. So this is your Spider-Man head. Actually, the eye here of the Spider-Man figure is a little bit smaller. Let me just focus on this a little. I don't know why it's not focusing here. Okay, again. Okay, focus. Maybe later, I'll just do it later again for you guys. So it's not focusing here. Stubborn camera. Okay, let's just move on first before we head back to the details there. Okay, for the body, it's a complete whole body of this Spider-Man figure. Actually, there's no much assembling needed here or required. So you will see here the body of this figure. Okay, so I like this. I don't know how to compare this with the classic Spider-Man, but this Marvel Now Spider-Man is actually almost the same as to the classic one. It's just a redesign. Actually, the costume here is almost the same, especially for these icons. Okay, the icon here, or the spider logo here, is actually popping out, unlike to the Spider-Man Miles Morales that I don't like because it's blended to the suit, or the black suit, the paint of the black suit. So this one is a better version of its icon. As for the front icon here, it's actually just a plain black spider icon here, not popping out onto this red part of this costume. Maybe because of this red part of the costume is actually popping out from this blue part of this costume. So it's very nicely done. I can see how much detail this one has to give you than the Spider-Man Miles Morales and to the Spider-Man 2099. So as for the Spider-Man suit, this one has a better design or better representation as to the details. Okay, so you can see here in the arm, you can see a little bit of a dark dot here. Actually, this is the shooter, if I'm not mistaken. So this Spider-Man has the shooter included onto its costume. And of course, the typical pose of the finger here. As well as to the other side, you will see also the dot or the pointer for your shooter, and as well as to the finger. So I pretty much like this one than the Miles Morales costume. It's just because of Miles Morales costume has what do you call this one? Doesn't have this much of the linings or these lines from the costume of the original Spider-Man Peter Parker. Maybe it's because of it's an original costume from Miles Morales, so supposedly it has to be something new. Okay, so this is your Spider-Man body, and of course the last part here is the support for your foot. Okay, so the support here is actually in red color. The Spider-Man 2099 is in blue color or somehow purple, and as for the Spider-Man Miles Morales, it's in black color. So this one is red. Okay, so before we head on to assembling this one, let's just open this or remove this from the base. Okay, so the base here is actually metallic again, or metal. Okay, this is the Spider-Man icon here, so very much nicely done. Of course, at the back you will see this texture again for the base. Marvel Now, Marvel.com, Marvel made in China, and there you go. Okay, so let's start assembling this figure, starting with the body. So let's insert this one. So these are snap fit. So yeah, that's very nicely done. It fits perfectly. So the first time we had problem with the assembling here was only from that Miles Morales figure, because of the head is not to fit or doesn't fit to the peg for the body. Okay, so there you go. This is your Spider-Man figure. Let me just put onto this one. I believe it should be on this foot. Okay, I think it's good. And then place it on our base. Clip. Okay, there you go. So this is your Spider-Man figures. Okay. This is nice. This is nice. Pretty much like this figure. Yeah. There you go. The original Spider-Man here is actually a much better version of everyone, I guess, on my own opinion here. So this figure again is released around November 2016. That's why it's already 5 years in my hand, and this is the only time that I have publicly shown it to our channel, especially in our channel, because when I started collecting figures, I just post it on my blogger. So if you would like to visit my old blogger website, it's abcbahet.blogspot.com. It's still live, but the post there is already ended because I transferred to YouTube. Okay, so this is a 10th scale figure. Though it's a 10th scale figure, I believe this is a little bit larger than to the size of the Miles Morales. And this is around 8.5 centimeters in height with this position or this pose. And of course, the materials here are PVC, ABS, as well as to the metal of the base and the magnet onto the foot. And of course, the artist here is Abe Junuske, or Restored if you are familiar with him. He has been doing a lot of figures for, or designs, illustrations for Kotobukiya. So there you go. This is your Spider-Man figure. And shout out to JK Robles. If I'm not mistaken, JK is a new subscriber to our channel. We just met, I believe, in Pokemon TCG groups, and he is also doing his content on his channel. You might want to visit JK Robles on his channel. He's doing Pokemon TCG, NBA cards. I believe he's also collecting figures, especially hot toys. So we're still waiting for him to upload his unboxing of his toys. Okay, so this is your Spider-Man figure. Very nice. Okay guys, so there you go. This is your Spider-Man ARTFX Plus from Kotobukiya figure. So I believe for the 3 Spider-Mans that we already opened on this channel, the Spider-Man 2099, the Miles Morales Spider-Man, and this one, the Peter Parker version of the Spider-Man. This one has the most detail on its suit. I just don't know because of the typical or the regular suit of the Spider-Man figure, but it has a lot of details, especially the linings here. And to this, of course, the muscles here is an adult Spider-Man. So Peter Parker is a little bit adult than to the Miles Morales. I just don't know to the age of the Spider-Man 2099. I believe they have almost the same age as to the Spider-Man 2099, but this one has a little bit of buff into its muscles or body. That's why I can say that this is a little bit adult, or the character is a little bit adult than to the Miles Morales. In terms of the coloring here, I like the shading. It's not a perfect or the plain colored blue figure. It has this tone of a little bit of shading from these muscles. The edges of these muscles are very nicely done. The crouching pose is actually a little bit like the movie. I just don't know which movie. I think it's Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, wherein he poses like this. I'd like to search for the picture and try to pop up on the screen if I will be able to look for it. Okay, so I like this one. I just like how they made this Spider-Man, or this original Spider-Man Peter Parker figure, very nicely done. As to the base here, it's the typical base that we can get from the series, but this one, of course, has its own logo, so, or the icon of the Spider-Man. So I hope this will not rust. I believe it will not rust since I also have my Deadpool figure of the ARTFX Plus Marvel Now. So as of now, it's still not rusting, or it's still not into deteriorating in terms of the aesthetics. So for sure this one will not do as well. So that's a +1 for Kotobukiya for making a metallic base just like this one, because of the previous figures from the ARTFX Plus series is only a block or a square metallic case or metallic base. This one is the second time that they released, because the first one was the Deadpool, and Deadpool is only one on that series. It didn't have any group or any companion with its release. So only the Spider-Man release here has the companion, or they are all in series. So there you go. So this is your Spider-Man figure from Kotobukiya. So what do you think? Don't forget to comment down below. Don't forget to like the video. Subscribe for these more awesome videos that we are uploading. We are still on our 4th video for our Spider-Man No Way Home release celebrations, and we still have 3 more to go. And I hope you still continue watching our series, and power lang pataas. Bye-bye!